I got a terrible case of hiccups. What it is, BHD Army, it's your boy BlastphamousHD, and today we're here to watch a video that a lot of you guys have been asking me to watch. It's called Horrifying Deep Web Stories. Apparently it is a deep web story about dealing drugs and probably why you should not only never deal drugs, also of why you shouldn't get the drugs off the deep web, nigga. It's always a bad idea. I've literally not seen any goddamn good stories about anything good that happens on the deep web. With that being said, this video is by Corpse Husband. If you guys want to watch this entire video as we tend to chop parts out, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to make this video 2 parts because it is like 16 minutes long, and with my commentary it's probably going to be a lot longer than that. So, god damn, hiccups. Hiccups are annoying as shit. But if you want to watch this video in its entirety without waiting for me to upload the second part, you can click the link in the description down below. It'll lead to the entire video on Corpse Husband's channel. You can watch the entire thing there. Make sure to go check him out, subscribe, all that good shit. It's your boy BlastphamousHD. I was about to say Twisms. My hiccups are really throwing me off today. Lego. I don't know how to get rid of hiccups. I got a YouTube video on how to do that. Fuck it. You see that shit? Just jerk me. They violent too. Fuck.
I'm posting this through a botnet, so don't even think about getting cute and trying to find me.
I don't know.
I've got enough trouble with people finding me as it is. It all started a few months ago when I found a good source of amphetamines on a deep web marketplace that I won't name. I live in a town so small and bland that even the local high school kids don't bother selling drugs.
What type of shit? I live in a place so bad that even the high schoolers don't sell drugs. What the? That makes no sense. My hiccups are fucked up.
I was always very cautious. I tumbled my bitcoins carefully and ensured that every transaction was well encrypted. Yes, before you even ask, the proxies I used were fully configured and trustworthy ones. It wasn't the technology that failed me at all, actually. It was a single mistake in judgment
I will have to say, I love this fucking music. It pushes the story along so fucking well. I've got to find it to tell... fucking hiccups. I've got to find it myself to tell some of my more fucked up and scary stories.
Single trusted seller, I gave my real physical address.
What the fuck? Come on, son. Hiccups. Come on, son. You buying drugs, nigga? On the deep web. What you talking about? Give him your real address, nigga. That's not a mistake. Like, oh man, I made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but I forgot to put the bread on the sandwich. Like, nigga, that's a mistake. Like, oh shit, I've been driving my car and it's been in park for like 20 minutes now. Nigga, that's a mistake. You know, oh, I accidentally got drunk and smashed the dude. Like, that's a, fucking hiccups. That's a mistake. Giving a drug dealer your address on the deep web is not a mistake. It's suicide. You were trying to kill yourself. And what's hiccups. Like, in this case, why the fuck would you go through so much shit to hide your address using encryption and fucking proxies and shit? Why not just tell them all where you live at, you dumbass?
First, I was only getting small packages for my personal use, so it was easy to have them delivered to the house of an old woman who lives nearby.
Stupid!
Her live-in nurse constantly checked the mail very late in the day, so there was never much of an issue in retrieving the speed before it was noticed.
Stupid!
But my habit grew, and I began to introduce my close friends to the drug. So, eventually I contacted my seller about ordering much larger quantities, enough for me to sell locally. We began to work like business partners in a supply chain, and I was placing substantial orders regularly. The speed originally came to me in small padded envelopes, but now it would have to be shipped in a larger cardboard box. The envelopes always fit easily inside of a mailbox, but a box like this would have to be delivered to the front door. I couldn't have the mailman walking up to a stranger's driveway to ring the doorbell, so I requested that the speed start being sent directly to me. I knew by this point that the seller was a legitimate and reliable source, so trusting him with my address just seemed safer than the alternative.
Are you fucking stupid? This nigga sell drugs on the deep web, nigga. Drug dealers aren't trustworthy people. I don't give a fuck how nice of a dude these motherfuckers is. How stupid can you be? Oh man, yeah, dude. I knew this guy other people, but he seemed trustworthy to me. Like, no, nigga. If a motherfucker's doing crime or untrustworthy shit, that nigga's untrustworthy himself. I don't understand.
We had become something like casual friends by this point and began to do things together like frequent the same deep web communities and chat if we were both online. My seller was wickedly funny sometimes and really seemed to be a nice guy.
You lonely, lonely little bitch. Really? My drug dealer seemed really funny sometimes. Stupid fuck.
That's part of why I trusted him. But then again, it's not his fault about what happened.
Yeah, just a bit of advice for y'all, man. Like, if someone's doing some illegal criminal shit, you cannot trust that person, no matter how funny or cool they is, man. Me being from where I'm from, you know, the really bad areas of Cleveland and Vegas and projects and shit, we be some of the funniest motherfuckers ever. Right? Always some of those entertaining people you ever meet in your goddamn life. But if someone is still living in them areas doing crime, you never, ever, ever trust them. Because there's this shit we like to call... Fucking change fell. There's this shit called being lulled into a false sense of security. And then there's also this other shit called becoming the lick. Alright? Just because someone gives you good feelings and makes you feel good does not mean they're trustworthy. Too many people fall for that fuck shit. Just don't do it, yo.
They produced no high at all. I had been stiffed. And when I checked the marketplace, I found that my seller's accounts had been closed out. He left no messages to explain it. I assumed that he had just ripped me off, but it also didn't seem like something that he would do. I wondered if I had misjudged him. Yesterday, I noticed that one of his accounts was actively posting on one of the small community forums that we frequented together. I contacted him immediately in a private message and asked whether he knew that his last batch was completely bunk. It took about 25 minutes before I got any response, but suddenly, the messages started pouring in.
The person you're trying to contact has passed away. Sorry. He's such a homebody that nobody has knocked on his door the whole time I've been here. 3 whole weeks with no visitors. Isn't that funny? I'm almost done eating him. I wasted very little soft tissue. He had almost no food in the house when I killed him, so I didn't even need to clear out the fridge to store his meat. I haven't even needed to take out the trash yet. Isn't that sort of funny?
Bruh, this has taken an incredibly dark turn. Yeah. And honestly, it's already stupid that a drug dealer would stiff you and you would contact this nigga to let him know that he stiffed you, my nigga. Like this. If he knows your address, you can't talk no shit. You just take the loss and roll and don't go back.
I've been poking around his computer too. Going through his files is like solving a big puzzle cube. But I'm making progress.
I wrote back and accused him of taking a weird joke too far. I told him that he at least owed me an explanation for the last shipment.
They're bone meal. You never smelled bone meal? Did you never have a garden as a kid or anything? I thought that'd be obvious. His skeleton was the only thing I hadn't figured out what to do with yet. I realized that I could solve that issue and also play a little prank. Come on, don't you think that's a funny idea?
There was a brief pause, and then another short volley of messages appeared before I could even form my response.
You know, you actually don't live too far away from where I am now. Judging by the address I have here, you and this guy are just over the state line from each other. Isn't that something? Well, be seeing you.
Okay, well, yeah. It's official. I am Russian now. I will be using my Russian accent after I move from country, which I cannot pronounce it very well. I will be using accent in moving and changing, getting work visa to work there, and then getting identification as well. Basically, nigga, I'm moving countries, never coming back. Fuck all of my belongings. I'm out. I'll never go back. Damn that.
What do you think? It's probably just a scheme to scare me off.
No,
right?
no, fuck that. No. No. Damn that. Damn all that.
Recently, I came to you guys looking for a little bit of advice. I've been busy since then and had some wellness issues too. My hands and feet keep falling half asleep, and I notice that I've been getting nauseous whenever my heart rate goes up at all. A few of you commented that fresh bone meal doesn't have a distinct taste like the one I described, and suggested that it maybe had been cut with something else. I think you might be right. I've done some research now and found that there are a wide variety of paralytic and toxic agents that are bitter on the tongue like what I've described. I'm ashamed to say this, but I find myself actually hoping that the taste is just cadaverine. That would just mean that some bits of flesh had been ground up with the bone meal and tainted it as the pieces began to rot. The fact that I tasted something like that makes me want to puke, but at least cadaverine would mean that I haven't been poisoned. It's probably just my anxious mind playing tricks on me, but I'm beginning to think that the tablets did contain some kind of debilitating ingredient. The sleepiness I mentioned in my first post, which I originally attributed simply to amphetamine withdrawal, has only continued to get worse.
Yeah, don't do drugs. Yeah, this, if he had just shut the fuck up on buying drugs over the deep web, this more than likely wouldn't have happened.
It's become difficult to even type out this message, and I often feel the need to massage my wrists and rest before continuing. My breathing seems to require more conscious effort than it did before. I've received a number of private messages chiding me on my own ignorance with regards to proper deep web safety. Okay guys, you win. I'm ready to admit that I'm a fucking poser. I'm a script kiddie who's in way over his head. And there's no telling how many mistakes I've made.
Nope.
A number of strange accounts have begun to contact me directly, on the deep web and the surface web alike.
Oh, fuck that.
The most recent one I received came to me while I was playing one of my favorite MMOs to try and relax my nerves. It read, "Go for a walk. It's too nice outside today to play games in the dark."
Oh, shit.
I'm destroying my encryption keys and donating all my bitcoins to random webcomics and other sites that will accept them. I'm basically just trying to get rid of all the evidence that ties me to any of this mess. I rinsed all the bone meal speed down my shower drain too, mostly because it creeps me out to have it around. I just want all of this to go away. I swear that if I survive all of this bullshit, I'll never sell drugs or do anything sketchy ever again. I haven't even left the house since the seller's account sent me that ominous message about seeing me soon.
Well, Betty wish she'd shut the fuck up now. Fucking selling drugs over the deep web and doing speed. I don't know how he could have ever thought that this would go bad. But, yeah, man, unfortunately this video is so long, and with my commentary, I mean, it was already going to have to get chopped up because, you know, I can only do 15-minute videos. Of course, if you guys want to watch the original video and not wait until, you know, I release the second part of this, links in the description down below. It leads to Corpse Husband. Make sure to go check him out, subscribe to him, watch some more of his other scary, crazy stories. This is your boy BlastphamousHD, and I will see y'all later, man. Twisms. Yeah, he fucked this up.